Court calls the case, People versus Larone Kelsey.
Good morning, Assistant Public Defender Lauren Perny on behalf of Mr. Kelsey. I'm sorry.
And now she called us for the people.
He should be on. I texted him this morning. He said, I'm getting on now.
We don't have him.
Yeah, 2 minutes ago, he said heading on now.
That you were gonna ask, and then it was gonna get into a long conversation. Court calls the case, People versus Whitney Mitchell.
Now she called us for the people.
Good morning, Assistant Public Defender Lauren Perny on behalf of Ms. Mitchell. Say your name for the record.
Whitney Mitchell.
Thank you.
Your Honor, this was adjourned from last Wednesday when Ms. Mitchell was remanded. As the court knows, I requested that she stay out of custody so she can go to treatment that was kind of in process of being set up by the University of Michigan. I did want to provide the court an update. I've been fighting with University of Michigan records and HIPAA laws and all that good stuff over the last 5 business days. They won't tell me anything because of the HIPAA. So I haven't made much progress there regarding that appointment she had last week and the follow-up appointment. However, Ms. Mitchell and I have had multiple conversations since then. She did inform me that she was, and I got a little information about the program she was already set up in. There was outpatient treatment that she set up back in August. That is through the University of Michigan's addiction treatment program. She is also, they work it out with her work schedule because she works from 12 to 8. She would attend that treatment for 3 days a week from, I think you said 9 a.m. to 12. And she indicated that she didn't get really started in that program because she had to go file some paperwork through her job so she could have an hour missed and show up late because she was doing that program. She was behind on some bills and just didn't get that ball rolling. However, she was enrolled in that program. So today I would renew my request to release her. She is, if she's released, able to start that outpatient, from what you explained to me, outpatient program as soon as her boss signs off on that approval, that work exemption. She is very concerned about her losing her 2 jobs. She works at the University of Michigan full-time, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, and then works 12 hours at Five Guys on the weekends from 8 to 8. She is concerned that if she loses her job, she will not have the insurance to cover her outpatient program that she did set up. So today we're requesting an adjournment of the pretrial and for the court to consider releasing her to that program. Again, I have not been able to get any further details. I even emailed the doctor directly and to see if they'd give me any information, but didn't get anywhere there. So again, we're asking for her release today.
Anything from the people?
Your Honor, as the court will recall, the last time that we were here, the court reviewed with the defendant her history of dilute and positive tests. I know the defendant has not had any violations on her scram tether at the time that we were here last. I don't know if it's still on or not, but I would ask that if any release continue to include that scram tether. And if there is a continued pattern of dilute tests, I'm going to be requesting remand until trial. This is an OWI 7 offense. I'm very concerned for public safety, but I recognize that the defendant is somebody that needs to be rehabilitated, so that way the community can be safer from her. So I will leave it in the discretion of the court with the caveats of asking for continued electronic monitoring.
Anything you want to say?
Yes, last time you told me to think long and hard, and I've had 7 days to think long and hard, and this is not a game. I just want to get out and try to salvage my job and go to the 3 days a week treatment. And I apologize for not thinking. And I will have self-control and just go to work and do my drug test, come home.
The young lady on this side back, is she with you?
All three of them are with me.
Who do I have?
Mom, grandma, and that's my auntie
Your grandmother showed up with you
last time.
last time.
Now it's my mom, my grandma, and my auntie, but I'm older than her. So it's like my.
I don't need to know that.
I'm older.
When I look at him, you look older than all.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I said it.
Oh.
You're gonna end up. Let me ask you this. Why do you think I locked you up?
BSing, me trying to beat around the bush. And like you said, 7 long days of being locked down for 23 hours. I thought about it. It's not worth it. You can literally lose everything at the drop of a dime.
Yeah. And you sat there. Not that people don't have answers for everything, but you had an answer and an excuse for everything that happened. And then you did the worst thing that you can possibly do with me. I don't know whether you knew it or not. And that is you try to use your child as a shield to stop something from happening.
That was stupid.
Yeah, you were.
I'm not hurting nobody but my family and my child by doing this.
Your grandmother was with you last time, and now the other two ladies that come down try to figure out what they're going to figure out what to do. Mom, grandma, you want to say anything? Who are you, ma'am? Either one of you, whoever wants to say something to me.
My mom probably, my grandma's probably too nervous.
I think grandma last time mentioned she can't hear very well.
Oh,
so
okay.
she might,
Can we get her the? Does that help, Grandma? Yeah. Okay. Was there anything you wanted to tell me?
Well, I think that Whitney should go to treatment, to rehab. I think she should be in a treatment and stay and continue to go to a treatment.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Mom, was there something you wanted to say? Is that Mom?
I concur with my mother. Been working with my daughter a long time. I agree she needs help. I've been working on it, calling, so whether through the university or I have to come out my pocket to find her somewhere to go. I'm gonna committed to doing that because she's the only child that I have. So, if you give her a chance, get rid of myself on the line. I know that's a lot. But I'm not going to give up. All I got.
All right. Okay, thank
And
you.
I said, I mean,
Huh?
right. Said the same thing that you said last week. I watched the entire thing on YouTube. Sorry, I wasn't able to come, but I worked.
No, it's okay. It's all right.
But we've been having discussions for a long time, so you were right. She's been lying a long time. But now that crap has hit the fan, she sees how it affects everybody, not only her. Hopefully, she'll follow through what she said, and we can start life. She started dreaming.
All right. Thank you. Somehow, although your mom wasn't here, somehow, when I looked at your grandmother, I knew what I was telling you, you had already been told before, probably repeatedly. So I'm not really clear although I wasn't sure of that. I'm not really clear when you showed up here, why you decided that you thought it was gonna work. I mean, I know I look stupid, but I'm really not. How many times were you testing a week?
Twice a week.
And at the outpatient program, she will be tested 3 times a week there as well.
Yep, 3 times a week.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let you know I'm doing this in a lot of ways for your grandmother and your mother. I hear your mother very clearly. She's been trying. She's not going to give up on you. So I don't know them, but they seem like two very dear people. So if you let them down, fair warning. If you don't think I'm real, you'll find out. If you let them down, I'm sending you, and there's not going to be anything you're going to say to me. Are we clear?
Yes, Your Honor.
So what I will do is I'll adjourn this to the 5th of November, 2025 at 9. I'll set your bond at a personal recognizance. Your testing at community corrections will increase to 3 times per week. I'll take a look at that after you're enrolled in some type of treatment program and where that's going as to whether or not I'm going to let you test there and not test here, but I certainly want to. So you could potentially do 5, you could potentially be testing every day.
It's fine. I'm all y'all gonna get from me is juice and water. I'm not, yeah, this is serious. I need to keep my job and keep my place, and I'm tired of
You know
hurting
what?
them.
You keep talking about your job and your place. Here's what the real issue is, and what your mother is trying to tell you. You need to keep your life. It isn't about the job. It's not about where you're living. It's not about any of that. It's about just living. Did you hear the last thing your mother said?
She's not giving up on me.
She's not giving up on you, but she wants you to kind of work through this so you can have a life.
Yeah, it's not the life I've been living. It's really not a life.
No, it's not. And the problem is, and your mom knows this and grandma knows this, if you kept along the same path, you're going to end up dead. The only thing that they're going to be celebrating is your life at some homecoming ceremony or homegoing ceremony or funeral. And you need to understand it. That's how serious it is. There's not really a monetary value that you're trying to place on it. It isn't about that. Anything further?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Did you put the scrap?
Are you on the scram now?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, that will continue.
Thank
She's
you.
got-
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies, for coming down. Do appreciate it. Court calls the case of the people versus Jennifer Galara.
Actually felt this with people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Amber Lee, P 84377, appearing on behalf of Ms. Galara, who appears via Zoom. Ms. Galara, can you unmute and state your full name for the record, please?
Jennifer Galara.
Thank you. All right. Okay, what are we doing on this count?
Your Honor, we did submit a reduction request to the prosecutor's office. That was just sent over this week, so I don't believe they've had time to review that yet, Your Honor. So we would request a final pretrial. There should be 2 cases up for her, so just a final pretrial for those 2 cases, Your Honor.
Well, if I give a final pretrial, you're not going to get a date until December. So you just want me to adjourn the pretrial out for their consideration?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
And that's correct, Your Honor. It looks like I got that request yesterday afternoon, so I have not had a chance to look at it yet.
Okay, November 5th, will that work?
That's perfect. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, November 5th, 2025, 9 a.m. Where's your invite indicates? Bond
Thank
will
you, Your
continue.
Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, ma'am. Court calls case of the people versus Brandon Bolesky.
Good morning, Assistant Public Defender Lauren Perny on behalf of Mr. Belisky. State your name for the record.
Brandon Bilski.
Yeah, I know, we did that the last time, I think. All right,
Your Honor, today's the day and time set for sentencing. We did review the pre-sentence report and don't have any material changes, additions, or deletions. And we do ask that you adopt probation's recommendation.
sir, is there anything you'd like to say before I impose sentence?
Not exactly. I would be very, I appreciate the opportunity to, fulfill this and, help me turn my life around and be a better, better father and be there with my kids and be clean. Just appreciate the opportunity to show you that I can do that.
Let's see what you can do.
Okay.
Sentence of the court and place you on probation for a period of 12 months. You're to pay $555 fines and costs, $360 probation oversight fees. I'll make that'll be on a payment plan as arranged by probation because you've got to get yourself established once you do get out, right? No use of alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal substance. You'll be subject to random testing as requested by probation. You're to complete a substance abuse assessment, follow all treatment recommendations with status reports to probation. I'm sorry, my label was cut out. You're to complete 25 hours of community service as directed by probation. You're to maintain employment with proof to probation. I'll order 365 days of jail, credit 60 that you serve. The balance is suspended. Okay, thank you. Got it. They are. Court does recall the case of people versus Lerone Kelsey.
Good morning, Assistant Public Defender Lauren Perny on behalf of Mr. Kelsey. Mr. Kelsey, state your name for the record.
Lerone Kelsey.
We are requesting an adjournment. Mr. Kelsey is going into the sobriety court in 36th District Court.
Got it.
So I'm gonna try to work with the people to see if this case can be transferred as he's doing that program.
Okay. Is the 5th going to be enough time or you need more time, you think?
I think probably more time. He's being officially welcomed into the program on the 29th.
Of this month?
Yes,
Got
and
it.
then the program has to do their screening and all that logistical stuff.
My notes indicate he has a case in Roseville as well, so that I think is what he's getting into sobriety court for, another OWI case. So
Got it.
it might benefit us to have a little bit of time to see how he's doing.
Last date in November.
19th.
19th.
Yes.
All right, I'll adjourn it to November 19th, 2025, 9 a.m. If it looks like you don't have enough information, then I certainly a step to adjourn. I don't know.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you, sir. Court does call the case, people versus Roman Hop. Why do I get nervous that Constantino's case hasn't been called?
Good morning, Assistant Public Defender Lauren Kearney on behalf of Mr. Hop. State your name for the record, please.
Ramon Hobb.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Your Honor, today is the date and time set for sentencing. I do want to sincerely thank Ms. Plara on the record for getting this done because I sent her a pleading email and she really made things happen.
I told her not to do it. I said she didn't have to do it. You went in there pleading
I pled,
and
yes.
everything. And then I get informed yesterday that Teresa went down and did it, being the dedicated employee and probation officer that she is.
Yeah, I saw her we were both at the jail at the same time, so,
And she didn't have to be.
no, she did not. So I really appreciate that.
Clara, we're gonna have to talk. You gotta be like me, not so nice.
And Mr. Hub really appreciates it too, I know.
All right.
So
I
we,
had a feeling, by the way, that it was gonna go that way.
Yeah.
But I wasn't gonna put the stress on her. You did. Good job. All right, go ahead.
well, I owe her 1,000 favors, so we'll just add this one to the tab. Your Honor, I'm asking that the court adopt the recommendation. I did review it with Mr. Hop. We reviewed the pre-sentence report. We don't have any changes.
All right. Mr. Hop, is there anything you want to tell me?
No.
All right. We got you done now, right? Ms.
And,
Valera?
Your Honor, there was one thing that I did not include in my recommendation that I would like to ask the court to add. I would like to have Mr. Hoff ordered to report to me in person this Friday at 11 a.m.
This Friday is the
24th.
24th.
And I will say, Mr. Hop may still be in custody for the next couple of days. He has a $100 bond on that other case. I let the attorneys over there know, so they might be doing something by writing, but also he has court with Judge Hamoud on Monday, so we're hoping, if not by the next couple of days, by Monday, that bond should be,
So if he does have to be released, I would ask that he contact me immediately if I'm released to get him.
Okay.
Okay, you understand that?
Yes.
All right. And you said the 24th at 11 a.m.
11 a.m.
I don't know. And you said you had nothing to say, Mr.
No.
House, correct? All right. It's a sentence of the court. I'll place you on 18 months probation. You're to pay $555 fines and court costs, $550 probation oversight fees. You're not working when you're working when you're out, right? But
I wasn't working at the time.
all right.
I have a job opportunity lined up, hopefully.
I don't know how that happens in jail, but whatever. All right, a payment plan is arranged by probation. There's to be no use of alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal substance to be subject to random testing as requested by probation. You are to complete the Beyond Barriers program. You are to comply with mental health services through CMH, including medication protocol. No contact with Faith, Ron, or is it
Stefanovich.
Christoph Hobb? You understand that? You're not to contact them directly or indirectly.
They're dead to me.
No going to the Deke Avenue address in Ann Arbor or the Jefferson Street address in Ypsilanti. There's to be no assaultive, threatening, or intimidating behavior. You're not to possess any weapons, firearms, ammunition, or anything fashioned to be a weapon. You're to maintain employment with proof to probation. I will order 365 days in jail, credit 78 days served, the balance is suspended. I will additionally order that you're to report to probation in person on November 24th, 2025 at 11 a.m. If you are not released, then you are to contact immediately upon your release the probation department. You understand that, sir?
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
thank you.
It's hers. Huh? Yeah, it's a lot of cases.
Yes.
That's one of them's constant. All right, fine. Court calls the case of the people versus Jessica Yoder.
Oh, okay, never mind. Christina Costantino appearing on behalf of Miss Yoder in case number ending in 1282.
Assistant Public Defender Lauren Tierney, on behalf of Ms. Gooder on the other two cases.
And
Okay.
Miss Yoder, can you state your name for the record?
Jessica Yoder.
We knew.
Thanks.
I'm just saying. All right, go ahead.
Judge, this is the date and time set for sentencing. We did receive and review a copy of the pre-sentence investigation report. We do find it to be factually accurate and correct.
Same.
Okay. Yoder, anything you want to tell me before I impose sentence?
No, No, I'm just glad this is all done and I'm ready to go to rehab.
We'll miss you.
I won't miss this court.
Wow.
Well, at least the
Well,
court date.
no, that hurt.
I won't miss coming up here every 2 weeks.
Wow.
Promise that she would not be back.
No, I will not be back.
She
She made
did.
that promise.
I'm
She
not.
Really?
Yes.
She promised.
Yes,
Promise
I will not
that?
be back. I'm done. All my COs are retiring and
know I
I'm retiring with them.
remember.
I said all my COs are retiring and I'm retiring with them.
Okay.
Yeah, there is.
Well, you can always come in because I'll just say this. You started out when the cases were first, you were just an angry, bitter person when these cases first
Oh, yeah.
started. You were mad at the world. You were apparently mad at me. I didn't care, but whatever. And you just thought the whole world everybody was just against you.
Yep.
And at some point, as these cases went on, your personality started to come out, which is not a bad thing. I mean, it started to come out. You would actually come out of the back. You would actually be smiling at times. And I realized, yeah, there's a human being there. If she can just get some things together, she's going to do well. So I am hoping by all of this that part of it, while it's been sort of arduous and a long task, it works out because you were trying your best to escape any type of treatment or anything.
Yeah.
Not because you didn't need it, but because you didn't want to do any of the hard work.
No, I didn't want to do anything.
Huh?
I didn't want to do anything.
Yeah, nothing. And you let me know that. But I can hold you long enough till you change your mind. All right. Okay. On the case ending in 1283, sentence of the court, $125 statutory fee, 365 days in jail, credit 79 served. To serve the balance, and to serve the balance, I'll allow release to residential treatment. If you fail to complete treatment, you must serve the balance of that sentence. Understood?
Yes.
On the case ending in 1137, $125 statutory fee, 93 days in jail, credit 93 served. On the case ending in 1282, on count 1, the receipt and concealment of stolen property, $125 statutory fee, 365 days in jail, credit 79 served. If you're to serve the balance, I will allow release to residential treatment. If you fail to complete treatment, then you must serve the balance of that sentence. On count 2, the attempted R&O, $50 statutory fee, 365 days in jail, credit 79. The year to serve the balance will allow release to residential treatment. If you fail to complete the treatment, you must serve the balance of that.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Yoder, sincerely, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Court does call the case of the people versus Min Kim.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Mark Chiaz on behalf of Min Kyu Kim, who stands to my right.
Your name, sir?
My name is Min Kyu Kim.
All right.
Your Honor, this is day and time set for a sentencing on a drunk driving case. Again, Mr. Kim did do the alcohol screening assessment report. I've reviewed that with him. We've also reviewed the recommendation from probation agent Teresa Pillar. With regards to the assessment, Your Honor, again, no factual errors. I do take issue with the one conclusion where it stated the client's responses did not acknowledge the consequences of this arrest. Again, Mr. Kim acknowledged this is a very serious matter. Again, the moment that he was placed in handcuffs, he understands that he could have harmed a member of the public or himself. Furthermore, Mr. Kim understands that this could have a tremendous impact on his life. Mr. Kim currently owns several restaurants in the area. Some of these restaurants have liquor licenses, and with this conviction, he could be forced to sell some of those businesses. So again, he understands the consequences of this. With regards to the sentence, Your Honor, or the recommendation, I'm sorry. With regards to the recommendation, again, we see that it seems appropriate. I would just ask with regards to the attendance to AA meetings 1 time per week for 6 months. Mr. Kim, again, being the owner of several restaurants, works in excess of 80 hours per week, Your Honor. Again, these restaurants are open from typically, some of them early in the morning, but most of them from 11 or 12 to later in the evening. In lieu of the AA, we would like to see if the court would give them some type of community service that would be more maybe accommodating to the schedule.
Sir, is there anything you want to say before I impose sentence?
I'll just like to say that I really do. That night I could have impacted someone else's life forever and impacted my own life forever. And I do think about that very often. I will be responsible going forward. Well, I have been as well, but yes.
Court does acknowledge this is not a serious misdemeanor as defined by statute. However, the court does believe there are reasonable grounds to depart from the presumption of a non-probationary sentence. Specifically, the alcohol screening and assessment identifies the benefit of early intervention education, attendance at AA meetings for 6 months, and continued abstinence from all intoxicants. Therefore, the court will follow the recommendation of probation for a probationary sentence with the stated rehabilitative goals to promote change, prevent recidivism, to monitor compliance with recommended treatment. Is therefore the sentence of the court. I'll place you on probation for a period of 9 months. You're to pay $855 fines and costs, $100 prosecution recovery costs, $100 police agency recovery costs, and $270 probation oversight fees. When can that be paid?
I'll pay it today.
Thank you. Pay that today. There's to be no use of any alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal substance. You'll be subject to random testing as requested by probation. You are to complete the alcohol highway safety education program. I am going to order the 1A meeting per week for a period of 6 months with monthly verification to probation. I think that in this case, it is appropriate given my review of the screening and assessment, and also one has to realize the defendant was a 0.181, at least according to my record. So I am going to order that. You are to provide proof of victim's impact dental attendance to probation. The sober link will continue for an additional 30 days in lieu of 4 days in jail. I'll order 93 days in jail. Credit 1, the balance. Credit 1 day served, the balance is suspended. Thank you.
Thank you. Good day.
You too. Court calls the case, People versus Quincy Jones.
Public Defender Natalie Pate for Mr. Jones. Your Honor, who I do not believe is present.
Yeah.
I do not have an explanation for the failure to be here. Both myself personally, as well as my intern, on separate occasions have tried to reach out to him. We both voicemails. We did not hear back, and I do not have a further explanation for his failure to appear.
And Teresa Claire on behalf of probation. Your Honor, Mr. Jones was scheduled before the court today for a violation of probation. He is non-compliant with any of the terms ordered by this court. Given that and his non-appearance, probation is requesting a bench warrant.
Bench warrant will issue for defendant's failure to appear. Bond will be set in the amount of $25,000 cash surety. That warrant will issue immediately.
Thank you.
Court does call the case of the People versus Alexis Berry.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Pate with and on behalf of Alexis Berry, who is present via Zoom. Can you please state your name for the court?
Alexis Berry.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have had the opportunity to review the assessment, and I did discuss with Ms. Beery her progress report in the late blows in the order to comply, and she does understand the importance of continuing to blow on the sober link within the appropriate time windows. As to the recommendation from probation as to her sentence, we would ask the court to adopt that. The only request I would make as to that would be that Ms. Berry be allowed to pay the fines or the monetary components of the sentence on a payment plan as arranged by probation. She is currently working, and as the court is aware, she is already on probation to this court for a related case, but separate, that she is in compliance with. So I would ask that the court would allow her to pay on a payment plan, but otherwise would ask the court
Does
to
she have
adopt it.
anything to put forth before
I don't know, Ms. Berry, is there anything to pay today in this case? Or were
Yeah,
you
I was just
requesting-
gonna say, for this case, I was gonna pay $100 today.
Okay. All right, Ms. Berry, is there anything you want to say before I impose sentence?
I just really want to say, this has been a lot, but it has taught me a lot. I definitely know that I did wrong that night, and it definitely has helped me a lot. Even like the anger management classes, I actually enjoy them. Sometimes you learn that even though like you made a decision, you made that decision, you got to go through life with it. And so I'm just happy to be here, and I'm happy to be doing better for myself, and I'm super committed to changing and keep doing what I'm doing and stay compliant with probation.
The court does acknowledge this is not a serious misdemeanor as defined by statute. However, it does believe there are reasonable grounds to depart from the presumption of a non-probationary sentence. The alcohol screening assessment identifies the benefit of outpatient counseling, abstinence at or attendance at AA meetings, and continued abstinence from alcohol. Therefore, the court will follow the recommendation of probation with the stated of a probationary sentence with the stated rehabilitative goals to promote change, prevent recidivism, and monitor compliance of recommended treatment. Therefore, the sentence of the court, you're placed on probation for a period of 12 months. You're to pay $855 fines and court cost, $100 prosecution recovery cost, $100 police agency recovery cost. We are waiving the probation oversight fees. You are to pay $100 today on this case, and then a payment plan set up by probation that would be consistent with her other matter.
Okay.
There's to be no use of alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal substance. You'll be subject to random testing as requested by probation. You're to complete the drug and alcohol awareness class or comparable class. You're to do that within the next 60 days. You're to attend one A meeting per week with proof to probation. You're to provide proof of victims' impact panel attendance to probation. I'll continue to sober link for an additional 30 days in lieu of 3 days in jail. I will order 93 days in jail. Credit 2. The balance is suspended. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Berry.
Thank you.
Court does call the case, People versus Daniel Bowe.
Call dispatch for Lauren Chet on stage.
Good afternoon, Assistant Public Defender Lauren Kearney on behalf of Mr. Bowe. Mr. Bowe, say your name for the record.
Daniel Bowe.
All right, today's the date and time set for sentencing. We did review the pre-sentence report and don't have any changes. We ask that you adopt the recommendation.
Mr. Bowe, anything you want to say before I impose sentence?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Sentence of the court, $500 fines and court costs. When can you get that paid?
Within 90 days.
Do you have anything today?
I got at least $50 on me. I know that.
Pay $50 today, and then I'll make this due and payable. Won't quite get to 60 days, but I'll make the balance payable by December 31st, 2025.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'll order 365 days in jail. Credit 1, the balance is suspended. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. Court does call the case, People versus Rebecca Schilling.
It's the public defender Natalie Pate for Ms. Schilling, who I don't know if she's present, Your Honor. I know she's not physically present in the courtroom. I don't know if she's on Zoom. She's not.
She's not in Zoom.
Teresa Claire on behalf of probation, Your Honor. Ms. Schilling was scheduled before the court today for a violation of probation. She is not compliant with terms ordered by this court. Given that she is also not here, probation is requesting a bench warrant.
Bench warrant will issue for defendant's failure to appear. Bond will be set in the amount of $25,000 of cash surety that will issue immediately. Thank you. Court does call the case of the people versus John Funch.
Yeah, this is John Punch.
Good afternoon, Mr. Public Defender, Mr. Funch. Your Honor, today's date and time set for sentencing. We do ask that you adopt the recommendation, and we did read the pre-sentence report and find it accurate.
All right. Sir, is there anything you want to say before I impose sentence?
Yeah, I'm sorry I did this. It was stupid and it will not happen again. I do apologize to you and the court.
Sentence of the court, $480 fines and court costs. When can you pay that, sir?
If you can give me 2 weeks, that'll be sufficient.
All right. Pay it then by December or November 7th.
Okay.
2025. I'll order 93 days in jail, credit 1, balance suspended. All right. Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too. Court calls the case, People versus Jennifer Gray.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Gray is Your Honor.
I don't see her.
So Your Honor, the only explanation I can offer for her failure to appear is that we've been reaching out to her this week, and I personally tried multiple times as well. Every time I try to reach her, I immediately receive a message that says voicemail box not set up yet. I did send her a text with a Zoom information request for a call, but didn't hear back. I do not have an email address for her. I do know she is 70 years old. I don't have any further explanation outside of that in the voicemail box situation. For her failure to appear, I really can't represent where she is, but for the record, I request an adjournment.
So when was the last time you had any contact with her?
I have not, Your Honor. I was not the attorney who handled her plea at the PCC stage.
Got it.
And I guess what I can say is there was a note in the file by a previous attorney that Ms. Gray typically shows up to court. However, there were a couple of times where she showed up to court without speaking to us ahead of time. I was hoping and half expecting that might happen today. However, did not. I don't have a further explanation for her failure to appear.
I am Teresa Claire on behalf of probation. Your Honor, I cannot explain why Ms. Gray is not here. I know that I have spoken with her. We did adjourn her sentencing because she was hospitalized. She had a medical issue. And I know that she was hospitalized for about 17 days. She does live in Houghton Lake. And she typically drives down here for court hearings because she's not very good with Zoom.
Yeah.
And so, I can't explain it. I would not be opposed if the court is willing to do an adjournment.
That's what I was leaning towards. So I'll adjourn this. The 12th is my next sentencing.
Yes.
So what I will do is I'll adjourn this out to November 12th, 2025, 9 a.m. Let's see if we can figure out what's going on.
Thank you very much.
Court does call the case, People versus Anthony Williams.
Good afternoon, Assistant Public Defender Lauren Kearney on behalf of Mr. Williams. Your Honor, I did attempt to contact Mr. Williams multiple times. He's not present in the courtroom. I have no explanation for his failure to appear.
And Teresa Claire on behalf of probation. Your Honor, Mr. Williams was scheduled before the court today for a violation of probation. He is not compliant with the terms ordered by the court. Given he is also not here, probation is requesting a bench warrant.
Bench warrant will issue for defendant's failure to appear. Bond is set in the amount of $25,000 cash surety. That warrant will issue immediately. Court calls case, People versus Jeremy Huber.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Pate with it on behalf of Mr. Huber, who is present via Zoom. Sir, can you please unmute and state your name for the court? Mr. Huber, I think you accidentally hit the flip your camera button instead of the microphone.
I did. I did. Okay. There we are.
Okay. State your name, sir.
Jeremy Huber.
All right.
Teresa Claire on behalf of probation. Your Honor, Mr. Huber is scheduled before the court today for a violation of probation hearing. As the court can see, this case is very old. It's from 2008. Mr. Huber is in violation of the terms ordered by the court in that he owes a balance of $3,310. Actually, Your Honor, I take that back. His balance now is $3,000. He did make the $310 payment today. That probation is recommending. He had failed to report to probation as directed. There was no proof that he completed treatment or the terms that was ordered by this court. He also did pick up a new criminal conviction, a controlled substance, deliver manufacturer ×2. He was sentenced to prison on that. He went to boot camp or the SAI program. He was in custody for that program, July 23rd of 25, I'm sorry, of 24.
24.
Yeah, through March. Given, and while he was in prison, he participated in substance abuse programming and completed that. He is now on parole supervision and will remain on parole supervision until September. At this time, given the age of the case, and his jail time that he served and his treatment completion, probation is recommending 240 days in jail with credit for 240 days served for the violations to date, that the court waive the remaining terms, accept his financial obligations, and discharge him from probation without improvement. Additionally, probation is recommending the 310 payment, which he did make this morning, and refer the remaining balance to collections.
Thank you, Your Honor. I did discuss this with Mr. Huber. He does admit to the violations of probation and asked that the court adopt probation's recommendation. And I did, not that it matters, but I did confirm too that he did pay that 310 already this morning.
All right. Mr. Huber, anything you want to tell the court?
Your Honor, good morning. I went to the Harbor Hall Treatment Center in Petoskey, completed 30 days there and went through a 1016 treatment program, completed that there also, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Very good. What I will do is kind of close this out for you. 240 days in jail, credit 240 days served for the violations to date. I'm going to waive the remaining terms, accept the financial obligations. I'll discharge you from probation without improvement. You did pay the $310 that has been paid. The remaining balance I will refer to collections. All right, sir?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Court does call the case, People versus Rex Jenkins.
The Assistant Public Defender Natalie paid for Mr. Jenkins, who I do not believe is present, Your Honor. He is incarcerated in Ohio, to my understanding. I believe it was.
Really?
He is, Your Honor. I did confirm that he is serving time in the Northeast Ohio Correctional Facility.
So what do we want to do on this then?
Your Honor, I guess at this point, I would ask if we could just adjourn it, and maybe a writ can be done so they can have to be present. There is restitution. That's an issue. I have spoken with family members who indicated that they could have that part taken care of. So that's part of my recommendation, that be taken care of. And so I factored that in my recommendation. So if we could just do a short adjournment and I can try to get.
All right, I'll adjourn it to November 12th, 2025, 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Court does call the case, People versus Abdullah Kafaji. Oh, there he is.
An Assistant Public Defender Natalie Pate with and on behalf of Mr. Kafaji, who is present via Zoom. Sir, can you please state your name for the court? Oh, and also remove your hat for court, please.
Abdullah Kafaji.
Oh, I can't even.
I think that, yeah, that's a baseball hat. He needs to take it off. It's not what I thought it was.
Sorry?
Your counsel asked you to remove your hat. You're in a court proceeding.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Thank
Good
you.
afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon.
Thank you, Your Honor. Today is the date and time, set for sentencing. I have had the opportunity to review both the assessment and then discuss and review the recommendation for sentencing with my client. We are asking that the court adopt the recommendation. And I I do just want to add, working with Mr. Kafaji has been very, very good. He's been very communicative with me, the way he handles his responsibilities. And I know he's been very busy. He works a couple jobs right now. He has a lot on his plate, but not only has he been very responsible and communicative with me, he's been frankly a pleasure to work with. So I did want to say that on his behalf, but ultimately we are requesting that the court adopt probation's recommendation.
All right. Sir, anything you want me to say before I or want to say to me before I impose sentence?
Yeah, I just want to say, I'm sorry for the choice I made, Your Honor. It wasn't the right choice, and I know I disappointed a lot of people in my life, and I should have not done that because I was putting other people's life in danger as well as mine. And I also do want to thank you again, and I do want to thank Public Defender Natalie because she's also helped me a lot through this. So I just want to thank her again. So thank you guys. I appreciate it. And yeah.
Okay. The court does acknowledge this is not a serious misdemeanor as defined by statute. However, it does believe there are reasonable grounds to depart from the presumption of a non-probationary sentence. The alcohol screening assessment identifies the benefit of alcohol education, attendance at AA meetings for 60 days, and continued abstinence from all intoxicants. Therefore, the court will follow the road for the recommendation of probation for a probationary sentence with the stated rehabilitative goals to promote change, prevent recidivism, and to monitor compliance of recommended treatment. It's the sentence of the court. I'll place you on probation for a period of 9 months. You're to pay $855 fines and court costs, $100 prosecution recovery costs, $100 police agency recovery costs, $270 probation oversight fees. When can you get that paid, sir?
To be honest, Your Honor, I kind of have a lot to pay right now on my place. So can I get on a payment plan or something? Because
do you have anything you can get paid on this today?
No, Your Honor. Sorry about that.
We'll do a payment plan as arranged by probation, but don't have them bring you back in here because you haven't paid. You need to talk with them and get that arranged. Do you understand that?
Sounds good.
There's to be no use of alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal drug. You'll be subject to random testing as requested by probation. You are to complete the alcohol highway safety education program. You're to attend 1 AA meeting per week for a period of 60 days with monthly verification to probation. You're to provide proof of victims impact panel attendance to probation. I will at this time discontinue the sober link. I'll order 93 days in jail. Credit 1, the balance is suspended.
Okay, thank you so much, Your Honor.
Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kafaji.
Thank you, Natalie. Have a good one. Thank you, guys.
Court does call the case, People versus Tierra Peters.
I apologize for that, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Natalie Pate with and on behalf of Ms. Peterson, who is present via Zoom. Ma'am, can you please unmute and state your name for the court?
Yes, Tyra Peterson.
Thank you, Your Honor. Today's the date and time set for sentencing. I have had the opportunity to review both pre-sentence investigation report and recommendation with Ms. Peterson. We have no changes or corrections to the report. And as to the recommendation, we are asking that the court adopt it. I did speak regarding that $500 payment, when she could pay that. Ms. Peterson is she did, as Your Honor, of course, has read the report, does receive some government assistance and does have a young child. She is asking if the court would allow her to make that payment in full by February. So I would be making that request if she'd be given that time to pay that.
All right. Ma'am, is there anything you want to say to the court before I do impose sentence?
No, sir.
Sentence of the court, $500 fines and court costs. That's to be paid by February 28, 2026. 365 days in jail. Credit 2, the balance is suspended. Thank you.
I'm really sorry, Your Honor. What was that pay by date you gave?
Really, you
I
want me
didn't
to say it again out loud?
Yes.
Never have done that before.
I know. I'm sorry.
Now you want me to repeat it?
Yes, because I did write it down.
I think
It's
you
my
just want me to repeat it so that when somebody else comes up here, you can try to throw that in my face. You want me to just
No, I'd actually do it the opposite way if I was
Yo,
trying to be.
Miss Peterson,
Yes.
did you get the date?
Yes, I did.
Can you text
So
me,
no,
Miss
so
Peterson?
we got it. We don't need you. Okay, I'll say it out loud. February 28th, 2026.
I feel really bad I missed it. That's my sister's birthday.
Well, you should feel bad because you asked me for February.
Sorry.
Miss Peterson, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then what date? She just wanted me to say it out loud again. Anyway, okay, that's fine.
Thanks, Miss Peterson.
Thank
Miss
you.
Peterson, you take care of yourself.
You too. Thank you so much.
Court does call the case. People versus Mira South.
Good afternoon, Assistant Public Defender Lauren Perny on behalf of Miss South, South State.
Really? No, say that 10 times. No, go ahead.
South State.
Myra style.
Thank you.
Thank you. Your Honor, today's the date and time for set for sentencing. However, Miss South did not complete her PSI appointment. I think honestly, it was
Ma'am.
Oh, so sorry. I apologize.
the attorney at PCC. I don't think this information was really explained to her fully, whoever that was, but
Whoever that was, you mean under the bus you just drove? Go ahead.
additionally, Miss South.
I don't know who I hit. Whatever. Go ahead.
I really don't know who it was.
No,
so
no,
it's
I know.
anonymous person to me. Miss South's phone was stolen a few weeks ago. So when I tried to get in touch with her and Miss Pilar tried to get in touch with her, we could not do so because her phone was stolen. She also can't access her email. So we've had no contact with her, but she did
Sounds
show
like
up
a
today.
bad country song, but go ahead.
Terrible. Terrible.
Okay. So we did speak with Miss Pilara. I think the plan is to complete it today, actually, because Miss South works 2 jobs, and she took the rest of the day off to be here in court. So I'd ask that the court adjourn the sentencing and consider waiving the re-referral fee, given all of that.
Really?
I will say Miss South during this instance was
What?
homeless. She's now working a job overnight and then works another job during the day.
That's why I don't do nice things. Go ahead.
She's really trying to, make all of this work. It seems like she's working really hard at that. So I'd ask the court to consider that.
So why don't we get the 75 to be paid by the person who ran the bus over? if they're the reason.
Does
that make sense?
I can't
That
sign
sounds to
them
me
up
like
for
Jim.
that. I can't sign that up for them. I can't sign them up for that. I'll pay it. Maybe. My husband wouldn't be happy, but.
I'll re-refer to defendant to probation for PSI. Said she can do it today, or this is set for Friday, but you're gonna try to do it today.
Your Honor, I did indicate to her that I would do it as soon as we're done with court today.
Wow.
I know, she got
lucky. I mean, anyway, never mind. Wow, everybody's being so kind today.
Thank you.
I'll order that it's set for the 24th at 1 p.m. But if you guys get it done today, we're good in person. I'll adjourn our sentencing to November 12th, 2025, 9 a.m. I'll waive the 75. Whoa, don't look like you did anything. Wait, what?
Thank you. I feel happy with that. My one good deed. Thank you.
Okay, you felt happy, but you didn't have to go, yeah.
I'll act more humble.
Like you just won the national championship or something. Fine, all right.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Get that to her, and then I'll see you 1:30.
Oh, yeah, thank you so much.
Hasn't signed in.
All right. Court does call the case People versus Robert Greenshields.
Good morning, Rob J. Hill on behalf of Mr. Greenshield.
I'm gonna refer him. The county jail up there did not sign in.
Okay.
But those are all the people with her? She brought her whole family.
I didn't realize that. I didn't know who they all were.
I didn't either,
That's nice.
but somebody had $75. See,